Hello everybody and welcome. This is History Dude, and today we will be continuing our series on the history of battle with the Battle of Ipsus, which occurred in 301 BCE as part of the war between the Antigonids versus the Seleucids. Now, after Alexander's death in 323 BCE, his generals divided his empire amongst themselves. Ptolemy took Egypt, Seleucus gained Syria and Iran, and Antigonus controlled Anatolia. These powers fought numerous battles throughout the 3rd century, and while their armies were large, their style of warfare remained static, a repetition of Alexander's tactics without his genius. When they faced the growing might of Rome in the 2nd century BCE, the Ptolemies, Seleucids, and Antigonids had no answer to its innovative strategies and ruthless aggression. Now, before I get into the Battle of Ipsus, I'd like to talk about Ptolemy I. Now, Ptolemy I lived between circa 367 BCE and 283 BCE. Now, he was one of Alexander's closest aides. He was quick to seize control of Egypt after Alexander's death, but he had to fight hard to preserve the realm from other claimants. He earned the name Soter, Greek for savior, for defending the island of Rhodes against a siege by Antigonus' son Demetrius in 304 BCE. The dynasty Ptolemy founded ruled Egypt until 30 BCE, longer than any other state that succeeded Alexander. And here you can see a royal coin. It's a drachma issued by Ptolemy I, featuring Ptolemy I Soter. So just to give you an idea of what he looked like and the currency they used. Now, more than 20 years after Alexander's death, his former general Antigonus the One-Eyed, featured here, still aspired to defeat Seleucus and Ptolemy and win control of the Hellenistic world. Antigonus, who was more than 80 years old, called on his son Demetrius, seen here, for support in a decisive trial of strength in Anatolia. Ptolemy was campaigning in Syria, but Seleucus, featured here, aided by Lysimachus, featured here, the ruler of Thrace, brought brought Antigonus to the Battle of Ipsus. The huge armies formed up conventionally with spear-wielding infantry phalanxes in the center, flanked by light infantry and cavalry. The most notable imbalance between the forces was their respective number of elephants. Seleucus had 5 times the number that Antigonus fielded. Demetrius opened with a cavalry charge that swept away the left of the Seleucid line, but Seleucus deployed a chain of elephants to cover the exposed flank and block Demetrius's cavalry from returning to support the Antigonid center. Exposed to a rain of arrows and javelins from Seleucid skirmishers, much of the Antigonid mercenary infantry switched sides in the middle of the battle. When Antigonus was killed by a javelin, his army collapsed. A new division of Alexander's old empire followed the battle. Lysimachus added Anatolia as far as the Taurus Mountains to his kingdom. Seleucus gained northern Syria while Ptolemy held the south, and Cassander, another general, retained control of Macedonia. Demetrius, meanwhile, who survived the battle, kept support from parts of western Asia and Greece, and his descendants formed the Antigonid dynasty. And here you can see a depiction of the Battle of Ipsus. Now, at this battle, the Antigonid forces were about 70,000 infantry, 10,000 cavalry, and 75 elephants. Seleucus brought about 64,000 infantry, 10,500 cavalry, and 400 elephants. So Seleucus had more elephants than the Antigonids. And the Battle of Ipsus took place near modern-day Phrygia in western central Anatolia. And here you can see the ruins of the city of Apamea in Anatolia, founded by Seleucus' son, Antiochus I, who promoted Hellenistic culture in the century following Alexander's death. And that is about all you need to know about the Battle of Ipsus. As always, this has been History Dude, and remember to have an awesome day.